Well, hello, Depressed Psychopath here. Today, I'm going to play Stanley Parable Ultimate Deluxe. Uh, I was waiting for this game for 4 whole years, and I really want to experience it on my own. It says enter the current time, so I'm going to enter the time right now. It's 10:25, but I'm waiting for 26 to be really correct. So, because they made a game and they asked for the time. It's not for nothing, I think. I hope. Yeah. Oh, but I just booted up the game. Actually, I booted up earlier to see if it's opening up correctly, but I didn't set up the time that time. Well, but you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, no problem, dude. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the time you're setting are correct. How? What? So, will this dialogue change if I... What? I don't get it. Never mind. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. I don't have a favorite time, but I guess I'll just set it to... I'll just set it to 10 p.m. again. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Well, thank you. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. I wonder, is the guy that narrated the original game is here, right? I hope. So, let's see if he's in the game. I hope he is. Let's go. The end is never. Yeah.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Deja vu, eh?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
So yeah, we are starting, and I actually have played the first game and I loved it. It's like my favorite game.
All of his co-workers
probably
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I remember a part Stanley could get up. Yeah, here, I think. Yes, it's here. Oh, I remember going out of the... Yeah.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
So, like, you talking to me is actually fun. So.
Then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Oh, what? Right. Should I close the game? What's... Oh. I don't think I'll come back there. Because like in the first game I went and
all of his co-workers were gone.
Yes, I think.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
So no matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Are you done? So in the first game I clicked yes, and I think it said the same thing. He said the same dialogues, but I'm not sure. There is anything different? Maybe I'll do it. So I'm actually wondering that what's different in this one. Like, it's the Ultimate Deluxe Edition, so there should be something different. But I didn't see anything different in the starting area, so...
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Go back. Okay. I'll just do what he says for now. Let's see.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, these are really great, but I don't think that these will work. Who knows? Everyone is here. You most of it. It's like really bad propaganda. Oh yeah, right. I remember this place. I don't think anything changes here, so we'll continue on and
coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, going to my boss's office. What's this? Bathroom. Okay, I'm going to the bathroom now. Money in the morning. Okay, money. Extreme bathroom. So yeah, my favorite show. Always loved. Like the Midnight Channel opening and me seeing extreme bathrooms. Perfect. Can I go out of? No. Okay. What? What's that? Is that a phone book? I think that's a phone book. I hope. Maybe. Can I do anything with the No, I can't. What's this? My bosses of Kung Fu Who is this? Business strategy. What's this? Okay, that's a nice strategy, I guess. Can go up and down. There's something like this in the first game. I remember seeing that, but I don't remember the elevator opening. Let's have a look at the elevator going up. This gives off like real superliminal vibes. That game is like this game. I don't know if why do I what's this? Recommendations from the Oversight Committee. Okay. A short history of relations between Poland and what? Hungary? I guess it's Hungary. Okay. Can you stop? Okay. But I just I broke the elevator. Okay. No, I did not. Why am I sitting at the elevator right now? I do not know. Will it reach anywhere? Probably not. Okay. Is that guy talking? Forget it. Okay. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Will it change? I don't remember. Does it change when I enter?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
Oh, no. Okay.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. 2845.
That your like birth date or something? 28th of April? Yes. 2005.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override
Wow.
kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Can I go back? No. Okay. Isn't anything new? Oh. Was I able to click these? Yeah, I probably was. Okay. It's okay. Can I go up? That's amazing. So I don't remember this ending because Why would I? Was
Descending
like I played
deeper into the
4
building,
years ago or
Stanley
something?
realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay. I just
Stanley
think
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I think that Stanley did these because he needed money, like the most of us. And don't go to the mind control facility.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Fine with that.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Ominous red light, yeah. Ooh. And I'm somewhere that I should be. Oh, I remembered this one.
As the machine whirred into motion
Wait, was
and
this an
Stanley
enemy?
was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Wait.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the
Oh.
narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What happened just now? Someone stop the time. Wait.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as
Oh
alive
yeah, yeah,
as
yeah,
ever.
yeah. The museum.
What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
I'm in this computer. Does it work? No. Oh. This is the ending that I had. Like, I just found all endings by looking at a video. And I remember this one. The museum was... This is actually great. Like, all of the assets, most of the assets actually are here. That's used. Most of these give achievements or like endings. That's a map, the area that like things happen. I don't know where this place is. I guess this is the end or the boss's place. Who knows? But it seems like the end, you know, quote unquote end. Yeah, there are the credits. So the museum is actually great, so you can see everything. Like I said, Wars, the action game, blah blah blah. Okay, these are probably some testing endings, like these are not real, but maybe they are, because it's the Ultimate Deluxe Edition and I couldn't find any new endings. I hope I can. I've heard about some bucket. And I want to find that bucket. But, like...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
As always.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. So I want to find that bucket. And then... maybe end this video.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I won't. This
This
time,
was not the
I
correct
won't.
way to the meeting room, and Stanley
Okay.
knew it
Can I
perfectly
go?
well.
No, I can't
Perhaps
go
he
back.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
I
just to
have.
admire it.
I like admiring my employee lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth
Nice.
admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
So actually this lounge is pretty big. Like kinda nice.
Yes, really, really worth
Yeah.
it being here in the room.
It's
A
a
room
perfect
so
room.
utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Oh. Okay. But
At
what's
this point, Stanley's
You?
obsession
You.
with this room
Nice.
bordered on creepy and reflected
I want to
poorly
know
on his
about that.
overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
I hope it's not, but maybe it is. Maybe people don't like me because I admire stuff.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more,
Who
he
farted?
decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
So, what message? Oh, he getting out of here? Oh no, that's not happening. Not. Be my Valentine. Nice cup, I guess. I hate Mondays. I saw that. Why does everybody hate Mondays in this office? Is there anything else? Bye.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
So I can go. No. I want to do this parkour
Stanley
stuff.
was so bad at following
Technically,
directions,
but
it's incredible he
yes.
wasn't fired years ago.
Like first dead? Yeah. I am. Okay, so if I jump, I will probably die. If I go there, I don't know. A new ending? Maybe. There is something there that's open. But for misuse of cargo left, penalty for jumping off cargo. Okay. Will cause that, and I will pay 5k.
Look,
guess
Stanley, I think
offender,
perhaps
eh?
we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy,
Right,
really, I'm
can I-
not. I realize that investing your trust in
Nice
someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting. What?
I am.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
What will you show? Please. No,
Now
I
listen
can't.
carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
So will I be a guy that could do the things that he says? I did the thing that you said mostly, and then went to a museum. Haha.
Perhaps you misunderstood.
No,
Stanley
I
walked
won't.
through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the
I know
red
this ending.
door.
But should I Nah.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Oh, is this the baby? Yeah.
You see?
I won't.
There's nothing
no,
here.
It's not.
I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I am wondering if I go through the door. I shouldn't have. Oh.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Hey,
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Wow. Wow. There's a leaderboard. These real people? Yes, they are. But, like, there was a leaderboard in the first game, but... Oh. No, it's not. I thought they changed the... No, leaderboard.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Well, I guess it did a bit. So I'll give it a 2.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
So, first of all, it makes too much noise and I won't...
You heartless bastard.
Oh.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game?
Is this,
just to ease the pain.
Minecraft ending?
Let's see.
Yeah.
What do we have here? Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Oh, I know all these endings, but, like, being them once a bit.
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
Was there just, like, fire?
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man, spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower. Perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
Wait, no.
Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
That's a Minecraft sound, yeah. So I don't remember this place, this game actually being here. I don't remember the name of the game as well, but I remember like watching someone play it. And there was a mascot, I think. Is he here? Was that the game? I think that was. Yeah, it was this game. Why can't I go down? Oh. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it was that game, but I don't remember the name of this game. It's about like rescuing someone for a month or so. The guy came here.
No, it can't be.
What can't be?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
No.
I think I understand what this called. You want off the walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Okay.
Okay, I like this picture thing.
No, I'm sure that there was.
See,
no
this is
Rocket
exactly
League.
what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Can I go back there?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
I am going faster. Cool. So, and I can play with it. Oh, and yeah, I was going to say that like they changed the games here because
Are you doing
really
it?
don't
Are you
remember.
winning? Is this fun? Is
Yes,
it better
it
than
is.
my miserable little story that
Yes,
I
it
worked
is.
so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more
I go?
euphoric sports experience.
No,
I'm going to try it
no,
out.
go.
Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
Wow, okay, that's too much actually. I think that I
Are you
hope
enjoying
that
this,
there is
Stanley?
Minecraft.
Are you having fun?
Minecraft.
Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
But no.
That's right.
Wow.
Your little fun comes to an end. This is
was
my
actually
game,
fun running
and what I
around
say
and
goes.
hitting some balls.
You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley.
But no,
Besides,
man.
you need someone like
Dude.
me to set boundaries for you.
Why?
Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set...
Oh,
Hold on.
I can
What are you
go.
doing?
Oh. Oh.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back. We still have so much...
Oh. First of all, finally, some peace. And secondly, what I was going to say 3 minutes ago was I don't remember that those two games were in the first game, like the normal Stanley Parable, but I remember falling down from somewhere and I don't remember which game that was, so maybe those games were in the first game? Oh, but like I said, it's been 4 years. Damn. Oh. Oh, I remember this. I remember this clearly. Yes. But the thing is there another ending here that I missed or has been added? Not. Oh, that's okay. I'm hoping that will be here. Probably, please. Pretty please. No. Yes. What's this? No. Is this FNAF? No, it's not. Okay, it's not. Am I here again? Okay. Oh,
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it, down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
okay. I think this guy is like, he needs me. I don't need him. I can just run around. I'm back. Yep. And I'm back. Do anything in my room? Yes. Oh, okay.
All of his co-workers were... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door five times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
No. I won't upload it. Like autocorrect. No, that's not going to. It's my effort that
I'm
counts.
still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. Okay. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417. Okay, where is it? Okay, let's see.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Okay, where's the...
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Go. What's this? Is this a workout plan for me?
Now, back to door number 437.
Okay, I'm running. Go.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Cool.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419, okay, yeah. Waiting input. What? No. Why?
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Okay, it was a waiting input and I gave it an input. I don't know, that's probably an
We've almost got it!
I
Now
don't
the
remember
copy
that.
machine, do that one again!
Let's go! Copy machine. Going to punch it so hard that it will break.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5
got-
clicks on door, 4 threes! Yes!
go!
We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now?
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
Dumb, dude. Really dumb. Dumb of me. Pardon me, dude. I thought that something like that would be worth my time. No clicking on the copy machine 2 times. Clicking on those doors like a madman. That was the actual thing that I needed to do. So I'm not seeing any new endings here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'll probably do this and then finish off the video. Okay.
Yet there was not a single
Oh.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
Yes.
boss's. Stanley stepped
This is
into the
my
broom
plan.
closet, but there was nothing here, so he
Yes.
turned around and got back on track.
Why have that? There is some new here.
There was nothing here.
What's this?
No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Right, but fine. Close it. I
It
can
was
close it, or-
baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
FA. I do not know. I do not care.
Are you
well.
really still in the broom closet? Standing
I am.
around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some
I can
explanation here.
infect the
I'm
door.
genuinely confused.
This is actually fun.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If
Yeah.
I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Okay, so
I never
tell
would
me
have
this,
thought to
okay?
mention it.
Okay, so tell me this. Why is there a bloom closet?
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching
won't-
path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say,
Need to go
"Oh,
in."
did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite."
Yes,
I
it
hope your
was.
friends find this concerning.
Oh.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really
no-
stupid.
oh,
He
that's-
probably only got the job because of a family connection.
Slow,
That's
dude.
how stupid he is.
Chill,
That
chill.
or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now.
Oh.
You're dead. You got to this broom
Yes,
closet,
I am.
explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central
No.
nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as
how-
to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
What is that?
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby?
I
The
am
person at
actually
this
wearing
computer is
headphones.
dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling
Okay.
them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming. so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
There is no one that will like change places with me, so I will continue acting like a dead man. Will you give me the ending? You go in?
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do... Coming to a staircase, Stanley
Yes,
walked
I can.
upstairs to his boss's office.
Worry about it, I can do worse, much worse than the old guy that was... Oh, this ending I actually... But yeah, I'll do
But
it.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Yeah,
And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job
That's
pushing
sad.
buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh,
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
for sure.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is
Have a
normal.
wife?
I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Yes, I am.
Stanley began screaming. "Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?" And everything went black.
Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Okay.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. So I'm back here, and it will probably be a good time to end the video right now. I can't do anything in my room. Yes, I can't. Okay. So yeah, I hope you liked the video. Goodbye, I guess. Bye.